Thunder on a cloudless day. A scream from the sky. The endless blue is interrupted by a jet pushing the envelope, cracking the sound barrier, piloted by a modern cowboy of the air. In the earlier years of aviation, this was a daily scene at bases like the historic Wendover airfield. Today, it seems like those moments are relegated to the past, with the thrill of escaping gravity's pull just too common to find exciting. Here in Wendover, however, the impact of your first flight and the memories that came with it are on display like few other places in the world for a show that pushes the boundaries just like the pilots of legend.
The Wendover Airshow is unlike any other air show in Utah. First of all, it's the only annual air show in Utah. And then second, it's different than the typical air show that you've been to before, where it's, standing behind a static line, watching aircraft fly by. Our air show is really more about a family experience, of an opportunity to get to meet the pilots, these bold flyers who take aircraft at the edge of the envelope, get to meet them, touch and feel their equipment, and understand their connection to both you and to the airspace they fly in.
For Joe Davis, AYL's own gadget guy and pilot, aviation is more than just a pastime. Climbing into the cockpit, whether commercially or as a member of the armed forces, has come to define his very existence in a way not uncommon to most air jockeys. The Wendover Air Show is an extension of that excitement, a way to share it with others and recapture the public's love affair with aviation. Pilots from all over the world converge on Wendover to show off, perform dangerous stunts, and give families an up-close and personal look at every aspect of flying.
This year's air show proves to be one of the most exciting that we've had to this date. We're returning what we consider to be a true traditional air show. That barnstorming, exciting air show that you remember reading about when you were a kid and you couldn't wait to see as you were growing up. Well, that's what this air show is going to be all about. And we're really excited about having an RV encampment from Ray City RV at the air show this year, where you'll have an opportunity unlike any other. Park your RV right in front of the Enola Gay hangar.
That hangar, by the way, is one of the most historic World War II locales still in existence. It was here where young airmen trained for their missions, including the crew of the bomber Enola Gay, the plane that dropped the first atomic bomb. Every corner of this historic base echoes with ghosts of the past.
The thing that makes the Wendover Air Base so special is this is really the World War II equivalent of Area 51. The Enola Gay hangar really serves as a centerpiece for the Wendover Air Base. It's where two of the bombers were kept nose to nose. It's considered one of the 13th most endangered historical places in the United States. And we've really done a lot to restore and rehabilitate that facility. And this money that we raise from having this air show goes directly to that type of restoration effort.
Wing walkers, aerial acrobatics, classic cars, the whisper of history, all on display September 22nd in the desert outside Wendover. After a century of flying, we may think of air travel as common, even mundane. But there's something about escaping gravity and plotting our course along the currents of the air that still inspires us. As children, we gazed up in wonder when planes soared overhead. There's no reason we can't return to that childhood, even if only for an afternoon, as our imaginations are captured once again by the thrill of flying.
Well, my passion for flying was really brought to me when I was a child. My great uncle, who was an Army Air Corps pilot, took me up when I was 5 years old, and I remember that day in Logan like it was yesterday. And my job was to tell us when we were off the ground. And I remember that moment of cutting into the air and leaving the ground. And there is nothing like that. And when I see kids get that in their eye and understand that experience, it just touches me. It brings a tear to my eye. When I could share that with a child and have them understand that there's no limitations here on Earth, that you can do anything you want to do, including flying through it, well, there's just nothing like that.
Nothing like it indeed. Maybe those days of brave pilots pushing our imaginations into the stratosphere aren't quite as long ago as we thought. For At Your Leisure, I'm Terry Wood.